For more on tonight's Republican debate, let's bring in Tom Bevan, co-founder and president of Real Clear Politics. Tom, great to see you again. The current GOP frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, as we know, will not be on the debate stage tonight. But for many voters, it really doesn't seem to matter. According to a new Monmouth poll, he is winning almost half of GOP voters who consider themselves only partial MAGA supporters, and roughly one-third of those who don't consider themselves MAGA at all. Tom, talk to us about Trump's strength in this race right now.
Yeah, that was surprising, and it really does give an insight into why Trump is performing as strongly as he is across the board. He's leading by 42 points in our Real Clear Politics national average. In Iowa, he's up about 33, and in New Hampshire, I think he's up about 31. So, and even after last debate, which he skipped, he's only gotten stronger. So, people were speculating, will that hurt him? It obviously didn't, and we shouldn't expect it to hurt him this time around. He remains the strongest candidate by far. And one of the reasons, Tracy, this argument that he's unelectable is just not supported by the data. When you look at the national head-to-head matchups against Joe Biden, Donald Trump has now surged ahead. He's now up by about 1.5 points. The only candidate in the Republican field that does better against Joe Biden in a general election setting is Nikki Haley. But everybody else, including Ron DeSantis, perform worse than Trump. And of course, that really makes that argument tough for them to say, listen, you need to vote for me because I'm the one who can win the general election. Trump's actually right now performing pretty well.
Yeah, and for those Republicans who participated in the last debate, their performance really didn't even make a dent, it seems, in public opinion polls. Talk to us a little bit about that, a little bit more about that, Tom. And what do you think these candidates need to do differently this time around?
Yeah, it really didn't change the overall dynamic of this race. I mean, we did have, Vivek Ramaswamy saw a little bit of bump post-debate. We have seen Nikki Haley move, particularly in New Hampshire. In the last 10 days, she's almost quadrupled her support there. She's currently in second place, and that's obviously a pretty interesting development. She had a good performance last debate. She generated some interest, some attraction from GOP donors. So I think as they sit on that stage tonight or stand on that stage, Nikki Haley's looking to try and build on that momentum and see if she can get some traction nationally and also in Iowa. But all these candidates are going to have to be really aggressive. They're going to have to, I think, make the case in a way that they haven't made it before. Because, again, the last debate didn't really change the dynamic of this race. And it doesn't look like anything really is able to change the dynamic of this race. And the voting is happening pretty soon. I mean, the caucuses are going to be on January 15th. That is just a few months away. So time is running short for these candidates to really make a difference and make a dent in Trump's lead.
Tom, what do you think the moderators should be asking the candidates? I mean, what do you think the voters want to hear?
Well, according to all the polls, I mean, inflation is the number one issue in the economy. I mean, it's not even close. It's 3 or 4 times the next biggest concern on the minds of voters. So obviously, we'll talk. I'm sure the Fox Business moderators, Dana Perino and Stuart Varney, are going to talk a lot about the economy, a lot about inflation. They'll also hit on other issues, I'm sure, like immigration, which is again a big issue for Republican voters in particular, and one that has real economic consequences. They may also talk about the strain that it's putting on cities around the country. I suspect they'll talk about the auto strike and get the opinion of the candidates on stage as to what they think they would do if they were president. How would they handle that situation? So they'll touch on a number of issues, but obviously voters want to hear what these candidates, if they were to ascend to the Oval Office, how they're going to handle the economy, because despite what the Biden administration continues to say, the economy is great and we've created all these jobs, voters are struggling. They're struggling with costs of housing, of groceries, of gas, and they want to hear solutions.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. Thank you so much for weighing in. Always appreciate it.